Wow. The whole day? I mean, well, let's start with ARCA. Phenomenal. Loved that. Certainly did. And, being I was already like way back in the field, even I got behind Jesse Love when he was saving tires, watching his line. And overall, I'm here with a car that's not destroyed. I did want to stay out of the news more. Dale Jr., Cleet, stay out of the news. That was my goal.
Garrett Mitchell, known to over 4.7 million YouTube subscribers as Cleetus McFarland, has spent years building one of the most recognizable names in grassroots motorsports. The Bradenton, Florida native owns the Freedom Factory racetrack and has documented his entire racing journey on YouTube, accumulating over 2.19 billion views since 2009. But on April 4th, 2026, the content creator stepped into an entirely different arena, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, at one of the most demanding short tracks on the schedule, Rockingham Speedway. Cleetus McFarland left his NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series debut at Rockingham Speedway with plenty of experience under his belt. The in-car camera footage from his No. 33 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet, available at captured every turn, every save, and every moment of a debut that was anything but quiet on the .94-mile oval. The partnership with Richard Childress Racing was announced in March 2026. Mitchell is scheduled to race the No. 33 Tommy's Express Chevrolet as a third entry in RCR's championship-winning Nopes program. RCR carries a legacy built on 6 Cup Series championships, all won with Dale Earnhardt, and entered 2026 as the reigning series champion through driver Jesse Love. Sponsorship came from Tommy's Express Car Wash, a national chain with over 270 locations across 37 states. Alex Lemon, CEO of Tommy's Express, called the partnership a natural fit, noting that both organizations are family-owned, multi-generational, vertically integrated, and on the cutting edge of speed, technology, and execution. McFarland himself described the opportunity directly. To have the opportunity to make my NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series debut with a legendary race team like Richard Childress Racing is a dream come true. It's a huge honor. And I am incredibly grateful to learn under the leadership of Richard Childress, Mike Verlander, Danny Lawrence, and everyone in Welcome, North Carolina. His schedule with RCR for 2026 covered 3 races Rockingham, a summer event at Daytona International Speedway, and Talladega Superspeedway, with a similar plan projected for 2027. Before this debut, McFarland had already built a meaningful racing arsenal. He made his first ARCA Menards Series start in 2025 driving for Rhett Jones Racing, earning top 10 finishes at Talladega Superspeedway and Charlotte Motor Speedway. His best ARCA finish stood at 9th at Charlotte Motor Speedway. In February 2026, he made his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series debut at Daytona International Speedway, finishing 37th. He arrived at Rockingham having completed a test session with RCR at the track, giving him a baseline for what the Lear .94-mile oval would demand at race speed. McFarland qualified 35th out of 38 entries for the North Carolina Education Lottery 250 presented by Black's Tire. With the Cup Series on an off weekend, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series served as the featured event at The Rock, broadcast live at 2:30 p.m. ET on the CW network. The race also functioned as the qualifier for the 2026 Dash for Cash, set to begin April 11 at Bristol Motor Speedway. The adventure began early for McFarland, who ran both the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race and the ARCA Menards Series East event Saturday at Rockingham. Double-duty weekends are physically and mentally demanding under any circumstance. At a short track like Rockingham, where close quarter racing and constant brake pressure define every lap, running consecutive events in the same day tests even experienced professionals. The first significant moment came just 4 laps in. A daring move at lap 4 put his car on the bottom of a 3-wide situation entering turn 1. Racing 3 wide at Rockingham's tight confines leaves virtually no margin. McFarland slid sideways and made a remarkable save the full clip available at, but immediately lost significant ground to the leaders. The save itself demonstrated quick reflexes, but the positional damage was immediate and real. Lap 49 produced another critical test. Blake Lothian spun in turn 2 just ahead of McFarland. With a spinning car directly in his path and nowhere obvious to go, McFarland reacted instantly. As Lothian wandered down the track, McFarland barely avoided his No. 55 Chevrolet, diving to the apron and missing the car by inches. The full near miss is documented at 2 incidents in the opening 50 laps, 2 clean exits. For a driver in his first professional oval race at this level, both outcomes represented significant results in their own right. By the conclusion of Stage 2, McFarland was running 33rd, 2 laps down. While the front of the field saw Corey Day lead a race-high 118 laps and sweep both stages, the first stage wins of his career, McFarland focused on completing laps, maintaining clean contact, and absorbing every piece of information the No. 33 could give him. The ARCA Menards Series East race earlier in the day had gone considerably better. McFarland finished 4th in the ARCA East race, as documented with McFarland stating simply, "I turned left for Greg Biffle." The defining moment of his O'Reilly debut arrived at lap 206. His No. 33 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet broke loose in turn 3, sliding to the bottom of the track before spinning back into traffic to draw the 7th caution flag of the day. The full sequence is captured at that 7th caution directly shaped the race's outcome. It triggered the restart, from which William Sawalich grabbed the lead on lap 172 and pulled away to win by 0.863 seconds over JGR teammate Brandon Jones. Completing 80 laps of total race leadership, McFarland's final classification, 32nd, 6 laps down, starting from 35th. He completed 244 of 250 laps and earned 5 championship points in his series debut. Combined across both the ARCA East event and the O'Reilly race, McFarland combined to complete 369 of his scheduled 375 laps around Rockingham on Saturday, a number that reflects consistent execution across an extraordinarily demanding day. The race itself was won by 19-year-old William Sawalich, becoming the youngest driver to win at Rockingham in any of NASCAR's top 3 series, and the first Minnesota-born driver to win in any of those series. His victory ended Junior Motorsports' 5-race winning streak and preserved Joe Gibbs Racing's series record of 6 consecutive victories. The top 4 finishers Solik, Jones, Justin Allgaier, and Raja Karuth earned eligibility for the $100,000 Dash 4 cash bonus race at Bristol Motor Speedway on April 11. Full race results are available at For McFarland. Rockingham was race 1 of 3 scheduled for 2026. His path forward leads to Daytona and Talladega 2 tracks, where he already has ARCA experience. With more than 4.6 million YouTube subscribers, Cleetus McFarland has quickly built a passionate fan base enthusiastic to learn more about motorsports as they watch the Bredenton. Florida native and Freedom Factory racetrack owner build his racing resume. The in-car footage from his O'Reilly debut gives that audience exactly what they came for: an unfiltered, ground-level view of what professional NASCAR racing demands from the first practice lap to the final spin in Turn 3.
Stupid mistakes that you normally wouldn't make.
I made a lot of mistakes. That's another thing to learn. I'm like in the back, you know. Once I spun out, I'm in the back again. Then on pit road, in the back again. Then out again, in the back. I'm like, whatever, you know. I'm trying to learn, and I'm just so happy.